Woo!
Splatoon is not a launch game.
Splatoon 2, yeah.
Like, Splatoon 2, happy it's Splatoon 2. I think that's a really good call. But not at launch? What the hell are you thinking? That makes absolutely no sense.
Because it's literally just a tablet. The Nintablet, that's what I've been calling it.
Where do I even begin? I'm not sure how to go about saying what I need to say about Nintendo and its new hybrid device, other than I know there are millions of people around the world who feel the same way I do. Wii U was such a fiery, blazing failure on virtually every front that one simply had to assume Nintendo would learn its lessons, lick its wounds, and come back ready to fight when and where it mattered most. But that didn't happen. My bullishness and optimism in what I thought would be a so-called new Nintendo, and my confidence that they'd absolutely nail the Switch reveal while teeing up the hardware's first year on the market has completely dissipated.
1-2 Switch or whatever, but what I'm disappointed in is it didn't show me all the other reasons of why I'm buying this thing. This looks like the Wii U again.
Yeah.
All they had to do was show us the big title releases at launch, and we didn't get that.
What's going on, guys? This is Mike with Chit Chat Gaming. Now, as of yesterday, September the 3rd, it officially marked the 6-month anniversary of the release of the Nintendo Switch. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I remember sitting in front of my computer on the day of the presentation back in January, thinking to myself, I was watching this whole thing, I was texting Jay Cruz, one of my buddies, as you all know, and I was telling him, I was like, man, what are they thinking? Because I'll be honest, I was a bit skeptical as well too. I already knew I was going to pre-order one because I've been looking forward to it ever since I've heard that NX was announced or that they were actually working on this project. So for me, I already knew I was going to get one, but I wanted this presentation to basically sign, seal, and deliver and completely sell me on why I should be picking one up. I did pre-order one that night when they went on, when they became available anyways on Best Buy. I went ahead and pre-ordered one. Even though I wasn't 100% satisfied, I indeed still did because I had a feeling that Nintendo is going to indeed deliver. I know they haven't done a very good job of doing that in the past, but I had faith in them this time. And I'm going to be honest with you, I personally think that they have delivered so far. Now, I ran into an old friend the other day, and I was talking, and I remember them telling me, we're talking about the Switch, about gaming, and I asked them, and they're like, nope, I haven't picked up the Switch yet because Nintendo has not sold me on this thing yet. I'm not sold on a Switch. Now, I understand the first release game, or the first launch game, the big launch title was Zelda Breath of the Wild, which for me, that's enough to pick up a Switch. But I know for a lot of people it's not quite enough, but you knew you had Splatoon 2 coming out. Yes, it was not launched, but I'm glad it wasn't because you had Zelda. They wanted everybody to put their time into Zelda, and to be honest with you, there's no way in heck I'd be able to sit down and put down Zelda to play Splatoon 2 because Zelda took up so much of my time that it just wasn't going to happen. And you also had Mario Odyssey coming out next month. You're gonna have Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming out. You're gonna have Fire Emblem Warriors. You're gonna have Skyrim. Most recently, you had Mario's and Rabbids. You had Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Sure, it's a port, but still, you have that on your Switch, so you can't say there's nothing to play. And not to mention the slew of independent titles that have come out on this console and the Neo Geo games as well, too, the arcade games. So for me personally, I think that the Nintendo Switch has definitely succeeded. I'm very, very proud of it. I think that Nintendo's done a great job with it. Now, one thing I don't think they've done a great job with is, basically making these things available. People are still having issues when they're going out and trying to get one. They're not so easy to find in the wild. Which, every once in a while I'll walk into a Best Buy or a Target and there'll be some there. I'll go back in a couple days later and they're all gone. And then GameStop will occasionally have a sign on their door saying Nintendo Switch sold here or available here. You should be able to walk into any store that sells video game consoles and such and be able to find these things on the shelf like you can with an Xbox One or a PS4. Now, that should be the case. I know it's not. But again, though, 6 months later, after we're still having that issue, that's definitely an issue altogether. I mean, if we're still having that problem, it's definitely an issue. Nintendo needs to take care of that, needs to produce more. And now we have the SNES Classic coming out, so a lot of people are worried about that, etc., etc. But again, though, as far as Nintendo Switch goes, I definitely think it's done a great job. I remember watching the presentation from my computer and just being like, all right, this thing is, it has to sell me. And I know I pre-ordered one. I was so hyped for March the 3rd. I remember waiting outside for it. I had it pre-ordered, but I waited outside because I wanted to pick up a couple of other amiibo with Zelda as well too. I want to make sure I got my hands on everything first. I remember being so hyped up, pumped for it. I was definitely excited when I got home. I played tons of Zelda, and then by that time, a few other titles were coming out as well too. Mario Kart and everything came out. So again, though, I don't agree with how everybody sits there and bashes the Switch still. I understand it's a thing to hate Nintendo sometimes, but for me personally, I've always loved Nintendo products. I don't always agree with the way they work, and I tell people that all the time. I don't agree with how you can't find the NES Classic. You probably won't be able to find the SNES Classic or anything, and the fact that you still can't find the Switch in stores. But as far as the Switch goes, 6 months later, I personally believe that it's been a success altogether. I think it's done a great job. I think that the titles and everything on the console have been great. I mean, like right now, I'm currently playing Sonic Mania. I'm playing Mario Rabbids. I mean, there's been lots of great titles on this game or on this console already, and there's more to come. Mario Odyssey is going to be coming out, like I mentioned, next month. I'm definitely pumped for that. I can't wait to get it. A lot of people were worried about the pricing. I think $299 is a fair price for it. Still is a fair price. They haven't lowered the price. I don't think they're going to, even when the holiday season come up. They don't have to, because Mario, I think, is going to definitely sell more of these consoles if you can find them in the stores. Now, I got friends who are still waiting to kind of like sit back and see what Nintendo does. And I don't really think they're gonna, they shouldn't be doing this. They shouldn't be waiting a whole lot, for forever for this, because again, though, already in the first 6 months, they've given us quite a bit, with the exception of Mario coming out next month. But I think they've given us quite a bit. If you're not sold on a Switch yet, then really, you most likely probably won't be, because you had Metroid coming. A lot of people's like, I'm waiting for Metroid to come out. Well, you'll probably be waiting for a couple years, because from what I heard, it's like 2019. You got that. You're gonna have a dedicated Pokemon game coming out as well too. They will release games out, definitely, in the future. They're not just going to stop this. I think Nintendo's going to go full ahead with this whole entire thing. I think they're going to keep, just going full blown, straight ahead with everything. They've done a great job so far, in my personal opinion. I had a lot of fun playing Splatoon 2. I think it's a great game. It seems like Nintendo is releasing like big titles, every couple months to keep people interested still. With Mario Kart, a lot of people didn't really stay into that one because, again, it's a port. In Splatoon 2, a lot of people are still playing that. Forgot about ARMS. A lot of people are playing ARMS. Me personally, I just didn't get into it. But it's also there for another great title. And like I mentioned, you got tons and tons of other titles coming out that's independent related. I think Rhyme's coming out here soon. They're going to have Stardew Valley. So there's definitely some great games in the horizon, and also already currently in the Switch library. Now again though, just wanted to do this quick video because I know it's been 6 months ago and I've seen a lot of people posting videos here recently, kind of looking back and kind of saying, hey, from March 3rd till now, what has Nintendo done right and what has Nintendo done wrong with the Switch? Has it been a success? And it's funny, like I mentioned, watching those old videos and seeing everybody's kind of reactions, general reaction to the presentation, because I'm not gonna lie, mine was the same way too. I know some kind of overreacted with it, and they're probably definitely, looking back at that themselves like I am too, and kind of being like, wow, I probably did overreact. But again, I definitely reacted the same way, and I thought the same thing at first too. But 6 months later, I can definitely say that everything's changed for me, and I'm definitely proud owner of the Nintendo Switch. So let me know in the comment section below here, what do you guys think? 6 months ago, or 6 months past Nintendo Switch, are you guys happy? Is there any games that you wish were on it that's not on there yet? Is there any games you're looking forward to? Are you sold? Are you not sold? What's your guys' thoughts on Nintendo Switch 6 months later from March 3rd, the release date? And as always, this has been Mike with Chit Chat Gaming. Happy gaming.